Hey everyone, welcome back to another World of Warships Blitz video. So as you know, I'm looking at all the Tier 10 Tech Tree battleships in 8.0 with all the new ships out, with, we got collab ships, super ships, new tech trees, new premiums. I kind of wanted to, for me, go back and look at all our free-to-play options as battleship players. And I started out with Yamato, and not really surprised, Yamato still holds up. Then my next one was Grosser Kurfürst. And I don't know why. I'm constantly surprised by the German battleships. Now, if you play on Asia or EU, things could be a little different. I'm primarily an NA player. Grosser Kurfürst here, I've had no problem with it. I faced CVs, super ships, you name it. I've pretty much seen it all with the ship this last week, and it's held up rather well. I'm really, I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm surprised by it, how well it still holds up. And I think one of the things that makes it a strong contender for a free-to-play ship, it's so versatile. And it all really ties into what camouflage do you have? What commander do you have? And how do you want to play the ship? So, the historical camo is obviously main gun focused. We've got the space camo, which is secondary gun focused. From there, you can go into how am I playing it? I'm playing it as more of a standard battleship, but with so many hit points that I can make a late push into caps or make a late push into the enemy team and get into secondary range. So to me, for me anyways, the secondaries, as good as they are, it's not how I play the ship. That's why you see I've got the improved main armor belt here, make it a little tankier. But if I had the space camo, I'm running the secondary gun specialization. I'd make it a secondary focus ship. And, that really gets into it when we look at equipment. Got the legendary mod. Now, the game I'm going to show you, boy, the legendary mod would have helped me out a ton. Getting the reload times down, the main battery firing range didn't matter. It was all mid and close range brawling I did with it. So the legendary mod would have helped out a lot in that game. Again, if you have the space camo, obviously you got the secondary battery mod too if you don't want to buy the legendary mod. Great choice. Make it that much more of a secondary focus monster. Again, just my personal way I like to play the ship. I'm running main battery mod 3. Get that main battery shell dispersion down so I can kind of slow play a start of a battle and then make my pushes in later on. And then basic battleship stuff from there. But again, it's such a versatile ship with so many choices on how to play it. Commander-wise, I don't know how many of you guys have Von Hipper. He's been out forever and a day. So, he's been my Grosser Kurfürst commander forever. As long as I've had the ship, this has been my commander for him. And you can see I'm running all the special skills here. Armament Repair Expert Plus. That way I don't have to constantly stress out, I got too many secondary shot out on one side of the ship. I need to use the damage control. I'd rather let nature take its course here and repair them naturally and hold all my damage controls for CV strikes and HE spam. Sixth Sense is a big help with that. It's not necessary, but it's a big help with this ship. Now, I could be running battlefield support to give myself another sonar, but I'm just running the Recon and Surveillance Plus to give myself a better cooldown time and a little more skill duration. I'm not necessarily interested in another precise aim with this ship. I'd rather take the hit point recovery. Obviously, Marksman Plus. Close Quarters Combat Expert Plus for when I do push into secondary range. Again, this is a must-have if you are playing her as a secondary focus battleship. I could be going Honor Seeker here. but I don't know how many times I'm going to actually get a medal in this ship. So, with CVs and, you know, the random destroyer going to pop a torpedo in here, I did take compartment maintenance just to help with the flooding issues. If I end up, you know, burning a damage control because I'm on double or triple fire and then I get a flood on me, it's just going to keep me alive a little bit longer. Nothing crazy. APCS Plus, no brainer. And again, because I'm playing it more of a tanky ship, I took Horizontal Protection Expert. Obviously, there's so many different ways you can go with this ship, with the other commanders out there. Like I said, it's a very it's a unique ship in the fact it's got so many different ways you can play it. With all the equipment and camouflage choices out there, I really like the ship for that. Anyways, besides that, nothing crazy with this ship. You know, like I said, it's all how you want to play it. I mean, obviously we know a secondary build GK is going to work because Schlieffen still works. And, you know, it's not a secondary focus of Schlieffen, but it's a little more robust with the armor and hit points. You know, my build, 27.5% Citadel protection or damage reduction is just over 25%. The fire and flooding, again, like I said on Yamato, I'd like to see Wargaming bump up that fire and flooding to at least 15%. Give it a little help. Obviously, we're not the most maneuverable thing on the water. The 457s with the 15-kilometer range, I like them. They're, to me, fairly accurate, or accurate enough that I can play a little off at first and then start pushing in. The secondary guns. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. You know, there's those times in the game where you're got your secondary overload up and you're cycling through your guns. And I wish the German secondaries for the AP had a little more pen power. I'd like to see Wargaming address that and give, I don't know, maybe another 5-10% penetration power to these manual secondaries. Just because, you know, especially if you're playing on a phone, it's hard to focus on the weak spots. At least for me it is sometimes. When I'm really trying to look around and see what's going on and I'm firing everything off and I just end up putting my secondaries into the main belt or the superstructure and I'm not getting the greatest, I'm getting 0 pens. So I'd like to see a little more penetration power on the German battleship secondaries. Obviously nice secondary, auto secondaries. I know a lot of you guys are going to sit there and go, well, the AA kind of sucks in the ship, and it does. But, I mean, over the last couple days, I mean, I've been playing Vermont and Montana and ships that have very strong AA, and I was playing Montana this morning, and I was getting focused by I think it was a Midway, and I stayed close, so I was still in an AA bubble, and I was still getting absolutely hammered by the aircraft carrier. So you just got to play a little different when a CV's involved, and stay close to somebody that's got some decent AA to somewhat protect you. But besides that, I mean, the ship really surprised me. I was expecting it to be a little more power creep, but no, not much. It's doing good. It's in a good spot still, I think. I had quite a few games that I could have shared with you with this one. The one I picked out was more of a mid-range brawl on Haven. I faced a HE spamming American cruiser, and I was in pretty close quarters combat with a lot of ships, and it really, I think, showed off the durability of it and being careful with your positioning, where you're sitting at. Are there things I could have done better? Probably, but it was a damn fine game, and I hope you guys like it. So let me get that started for you. All right, what do we have? Grosser, Colombo, 2 Montanas, Buffalo, a Yodo, and a bot Ugamo. We got the bot Zal. We're on Haven. We got another Grocer, a Friedrich on our side. And an Edgar. Alright, great. I spawned. I mean, it's not a bad place to spawn for me. So I'm going to actually head towards B cap. I like that island in between B and C. That's got that nice low ridge that you can shoot over. I mean, it helps we don't have any destroyers to worry about. But with this ship, I like to be in a spot. So if they push down through D and C, I'm in a good spot to stay covered in B cap. And if they push into B cap, I'll be there to help blunt that attack. Looks like our gearing's a little slow to respond. Alright, so that's got to be their Yodo going into decap. Yeah, it's got to be Yodo. Alright, there's their Buffalo. I'm detected. So there's their bot Ugamo. Okay, we'll let everybody else deal with the bot Ugamo. Alright, CC looks like he's heading to C-cap. Buffalo's obviously heading into C-cap. Alright, I'm going to start easing up here in a second. Alright, they got to Grocer Kerr first. Alright, time to ease up. Alright, we're going to take some shots at Buffalo. Alright, Colombo, Grocer. Both Montanas. Alright, so they're really going to push through C-cap hard. Buffalo's doing the right thing, trying to HE spam me. So let's see if we can discourage that. Triple fire, damage control that. Why didn't my second turrets go off? Oh, that was a waste. Alright. We got our first heal popped already. It's not a great sign, but not a bad sign. At least they're shooting at me. Alright, Yodo's pushing in. But Montana's a little more of a threat being right there, so we want to take a couple shots at him. Alright, more Buffalo HE spam. So let's push ourselves up in case Yodo drop torpedoes this way. Speaking of Yodo, let's discourage him a little bit. Got the sonar out in case the torpedoes are coming. I should be alright. Ooh, nice. Half health him. HE spam from Yodo. Alright, Colombo's going under smoke. There's Yodo torpedoes coming through. Alright, let's take Kerr first under fire. We'll let Colombo stew in his smoke for a minute. Alright, we got, what, 25 seconds on another heal. Alright, Colombo's out of his smoke. I can't tell if he's stopping or... Yeah, he's stopping and backing up. Alright. Pop that secondary overload here in a second. As soon as he goes broadside. Alright, we got another heal coming up. And we are taking a beating in this spot. Really don't have any of their ships down. Their gearing... Our gearing's out. Your Yugamo's out. Let's just kick back behind the island for a second. Got to figure Yodo's dumping more torpedoes. But we need to take the heat off of ourselves for a few. Alright. Get shots back out on Grocer. Yeah, I should have held those. Alright, Grocer's out. And more HE spam from Buffalo. Alright, let's get some shots at him. He's taking fire from our guys pushing through B. But I mean, like I said, guys, this is like, I like this spot because, you know, right now I'm safe. I'm not detected. Alright, Buffalo's out. And again, I'm in a great spot now. I mean, we got one of their Montanas that pushed around the back end of the map. Use our secondary overload now. Let's get this Yodo out as quick as possible. Main guns are ready to go. Goodbye, Yodo. Alright. And then we're still in a great spot. I mean, we're detected by the Montana behind us. We're popping our last heal. But our secondaries are going to shoot over this island. And at this point in time, it's mop up now. We'll see how much damage we can get in before they take me out. Like I said, I love that island, though. That's my favorite spot to be able to camp a battleship on this map. This side of that island is just tremendous. Alright, Monty's almost out. Alright. Well, let's see if our main guns get reloaded and we get shots on the other Montana before the torpedoes hit. Sweet. 6 Citadels. Real nice. It's a monster game. Alright, 6 Citadels. I mean, only 66 main battery hits, 55 secondaries. Nothing crazy there. Nice job with the other Grosser Kerr first and Edgar. Yeah, Grosser Kerr first. I think it's still a viable ship, guys. I really do. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.